Good morning and welcome to Mr. Wizard's Workshop, episode 61. This week, we're going to talk about the power of atomic habit. Subtitle, How to Get 37 Times Better at Something. So this is based on the book by James Clear, Atomic Habits, subtitle, Tiny Changes, Remarkable Results. In that book, he emphasizes that small changes in habits can have a significant impact over time. He introduced the concept of atomic habits, which are tiny or sometimes very tiny incremental changes that, when compounded, can lead to remarkable results. And one of his famous quotes is, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement, which reminded me of a quote by Albert Einstein, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Term atomic in this context means smallest possible unit of a habit. So the tiny actions or decisions that we make daily, often unconsciously, that collectively shape our lives. So atomic habits are small, repetitive actions that in and of themselves require little effort or motivation to carry out, but which lead to significant and even transformative results over time. This compounding effect can be either positive or negative. So we'll talk about positive compounding first, which would be the compounding effects of good habits. And that occurs when these small positive actions are consistently repeated. So each instance of practicing a good habit, and it does seem insignificant in isolation, in and of itself, so what? But as you continue to repeat it day after day, week after week, and even year after year, the impact becomes increasingly profound. So just as a simple example, consider the habit of reading 10 pages of a book every day. So on any given day, reading just 10 pages might not feel like much. But as the habit compounds over time, you'll end up reading literally hundreds of books over the years and significantly expanding your knowledge and understanding of various subjects. In addition, these positive habits tend to reinforce one another. So that creates a positive ripple effect in your life. If you improve something 1% every day, so that's compounding, at the end of 1 year, you will be 37 times better at it. So that is the graphical representation of the power of compounding. At the end of 2 years, I don't have the chart for that, I just did the calculation, you would be 1,400 times better. So the beauty of habit compounding lies in that exponential growth, that curve that goes like that. As you reinforce the positive habit, it becomes easier to maintain, and over time, the rewards become much more substantial. On the flip side, if you get 1% worse at something every day, which would be pretty hard to do, but possible. At the end of 1 year, you will have reduced your effectiveness for that thing by 97%. So just as small positive habits can compound into significant improvements, the same principle unfortunately applies to negative habits as well. So the compounding effect of bad habits can lead to serious consequences over time. For example, 1 can of soda pop a day, that adds 15 pounds a year, and can potentially or likely result in metabolic syndrome, obesity, and type 2 diabetes over time. This concept is very similar to something we've talked about in previous workshop, which is the domino effect, is explained in the book, The One Thing. So both concepts emphasize the power of small actions and their cumulative effects on achieving significant results. So I thought it'd be worthwhile to kind of point out the similarities between these two complementary concepts. So they both focus on small actions and emphasize the importance of starting with all manageable tasks. They both explain the power of exponential growth. They both point out that the importance of consistency and momentum in taking these small actions. And then they both talk about a positive feedback loop. They describe the fact that a positive feedback loop can does reinforce your progress. The last and probably the most important common idea or benefit from both of these concepts is the long-term impact. They both recognize the long-term impact that these small actions can have and emphasize the significance of sustained effort and commitment over time. So it's important to understand it's not about the immediate result, which can often be negligible. It's much more about the compounding effect of the actions as they accumulate over weeks, months, and even years. So the key to harnessing this power of habit compounding, whether for good or bad, lies in consistency over time. So the longer you maintain a habit, the greater the impact it's going to have on your life. Is a final longer quote from James Clear where he emphasizes this point. So greatness is consistency. Meditating once is common. Meditating daily is rare. Exercising today is simple. Training every week or even every day is simply remarkable. So unheroic days can make for heroic decades. So the action item for this week, actually just have one this week, is select one tiny positive habit which you would like to put in place. Pick something which could have dramatic impact over the course of your life, or at least pretty significant impact. And it might be something that you've maybe thought about or even tried to put in place before, but didn't stick with it. And what we're going to do is next week's workshop, we're going to dive into the details of James Clear's recommendations for how to put a new habit in place. And we can use the one that we picked out this week. So I picked do 5 minutes of stretching exercises every day. So full disclosure, I had that on my list of morning rituals for a while. And unlike some of my other morning rituals, which I've really gotten firmly put in place, I was always hit or miss about that. And it's kind of fallen away. So I'm picking that and I want to put it into place and institute a habit of doing that every morning. So quick reality check. Are you an entrepreneur who's highly motivated to improve your productivity, but you still struggle with procrastination and regularly find yourself neglecting your highest priority tasks? So schedule a free 30-minute quick start to time blocking working session with me, and I'll show you how to beat procrastination and get your shit done. I'll put the link to the scheduling app in the description of this video. Hello, Mars.
Hey, Steven.
So have you got a little atomic task, something that you've maybe thought about putting in place in the past, or maybe even sort of played around with trying to make it a habit, but never really made it stick?
Yeah, I have one task that comes to mind, and that is, I have an ever-growing swipe folder.
Yep.
I'm studying marketing every day. I'm looking at many different campaigns and things like that. And usually I use my swipe folder when I need something. But a great atomic habit for me would be, just, 15 minutes per day, reading my notes, reading my swipe folder, and making that a daily habit.
Thanks for watching this video recording from my live weekly workshop. Every Sunday, I feature instantly actionable steps you can take to overcome procrastination, increase your productivity, and get your shit done. Followed up by Q&A and discussion with the live participants. I really hope you found this video useful and you feel like watching it was time well spent. Please post any questions or comments you have. I always answer posts. I'd appreciate it very much if you would like this video and subscribe to my channel. And if you know anyone that would enjoy and benefit from this particular episode, please send them the link. Stay productive, my friends.